Yeah, give me a minute. I also think I gotta find a charger. So, yeah, as the title states, we're gonna be cleaning some Radions today. I figured I'd hang out with you for a little bit. It is Sunday. I don't really do much on Sundays, but let me get the light down here. So, yeah. I got my coffee. I got another phone, so hopefully I can see what's up. Let me search myself and see if I can find what's going on here. But, yeah, does it say live anywhere? There we go, there we are. Click in, turn the volume down, and hopefully I can see the chat. Cool. Alright guys, so there is going to be a little bit of delay because I'm going to be seeing the same chat that you have. But, yeah, so I have to clean some lights. Got a bunch of them that need to get done, and I figured we could hang out for a little bit once I get this situation. I should probably find another charger for my phone. I'm at like 30%, but I don't know where one is, so we're kind of running into that. Let me check real quick. Hold up. Alright, I got a charger. I got one just in case. Let me plug it in, and we should be good and not lose our connection. This seems to happen quite often. What's up? Yeah, so if you want to, do questions or whatever you can. It's not really a Q&A, but, I don't mind. Let me tighten all this down. So why didn't you do it before the live stream started? It's a good question. I don't have an answer for you. So, alright, yeah, so I got a whole pile of Radions I need to get done. Is this thing charging? Let's see, it is charging. What's up? Okay, cool. So, just gonna hang out here, get it done. Cool. What's up, guys? Got my coffee. Hey, bud, I ordered the wrong CO2 attachment for my skimmer. I tried emailing you back, but haven't received an email back. Yeah, I'll get back to emails tomorrow or Monday, but what one did you order? What one did you end up getting? That's it unplugging right now. I gotta be like that, dude. Okay, cool. So, might as well get started. Alright, so when it comes to cleaning these, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm taking the top off and obviously wiping them down. Got some water here, and then just trying to get the fans clean. Because these have been over the 300, getting hit with splash, water, dust, the whole 9 yards for the last few years. So they just need a good cleaning. I've had a couple of them die already. Go from there. Can you see my dick in this? No. Okay, cool. We're good. Yeah. What one did you order, man? Be interested to check it out. Yeah, if you ordered the wrong one, I'll work something out with you to get you another one. It's probably not worth the money to send it back, just because. Of course, that one's at 15%, because shipping and all that kind of stuff. So we'll work something out here. I ordered the eShop's S120, but I need the S20, X20. Do I have? I don't know. Do I have both of those on the site? I don't remember at this point, man. I'm gonna keep an eye on this charger here, or this phone here, and we'll see if I need to get a charger for that one too. Which I think I should probably get one anyways. But check the website real quick, man. Do I have that other one? Let me check. What you guys call a professional streamer over here, getting chargers midstream. Let me find an outlet. Damn. But yeah, so I'll have to check the website and see what we got there, man. Let me plug this in because this is gonna die too. I forgot how old this damn phone is, but it is not. It's not doing well. Plug her in. Plugging everything in. It's a good sound. Cool, we're charging. Man, I think it went from 15% to 11% just then. Yeah. It says it's coming soon. All right, yeah. I think the S20s, eShops, yeah, I'm printing that out now. Yeah. All right, well, if it's coming soon, then it's available for purchase. But, yeah, where's my thing? Yeah. Did you send me a picture of the difference in size? Because a lot of people ask what the difference is between them, and I don't go out and just measure them. Somebody sends me a lid and a link to what skimmer they have, and I just go ahead and I build the CO2 attachment that fits it. I don't really do anything too crazy. And then make it whatever. If you have a special barb request or something, I'll do that. Looks pretty good. Pretty decent. Now, one of these is dead. I don't know which one it is, but what I'm going to do is I actually have to go back to the store and get a different wrench, different thing for these screws. So I'm going to set them aside. I'm just going to take them all apart, clean them, and then put them all back together later. And I'm going to set everything aside to make sure they're good to go. This one is done. What else you got here, man? I haven't received it yet. I am not sure even if it's being built yet. No, I mean there's the Reef Moonshiners guys has been yelling at me for using a CO2 scrubber. So when it comes to the orders and stuff, guys, there's notifications that go out as long as you have an email address attached to your order. You get notifications when it's starting to print, like when it's in line, when it's starting to print, all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna be able to check your order right now, man. That's just not gonna happen during live stream. But all notifications. If you got a notification that says it's in line, and you haven't gotten one that says that it's being printed, then it's not being printed yet. That means it's still in line waiting for a printer. Average right now is like 2 weeks on most 3D printed items. I had to wait a little while for filament to come in, but nothing too crazy. So the turnaround time is not insane right now. I am going to do a video tomorrow talking about what's going on with the coral. I literally have changed the whole process of selling coral now. Now, just because I got to look at profitability and long-term stability and like longevity of selling coral. And when I'm giving it away on all these packs, like these big 20 packs and stuff, it's just not good. I mean, granted, the last 2 years I've sold 115 of those 15 to 20 piece frag packs, which is awesome. Like, that's great. But a lot of coral, a lot of coral goes out, and profitability goes down. So I'm going to be removing those packs from the website here within the next week or so. But I am going to sell a few more of the 20 piece just because I ended up pulling out a ton of coral from the 300, which you guys will see. Yeah, so I'm just revamping everything. I'm not doing cut to order anymore. I'm doing basically like WYSIWYGs and kind of what I have a lot of in stock of, just because I want to make it more streamlined because 3D printing has really consumed the business. By the way, this is not doing any kind of crazy damage to it. It's consumed the business quite a bit, and I need to streamline my coral sales, and I need to make them easier. So if I have a whole bunch of cut to orders coming in, which is great, cut to order is awesome if you have colonies that are ready to go and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just a lot of work to get all that stuff set up. So just going to try to streamline things so I can get coral orders out faster, and then of course 3D printing, get that stuff out faster. Because right now my biggest issue with the business is just not being able to process things quick enough, because I am literally the only person doing it. So what's up, dude? Sammy says, what's up to you? Fixing to do all the same project. Not looking forward to it all. You better have a brew ready for the headache. Yeah. Oh man, that shit got my coffee. That's okay. That's alright. But a little crunchy. It's actually not too bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. it's not that bad. I am going to have to go in and do a little bit of gluing on some rock. I added a little bit extra rock. But Big Bertha was not bad to get out. You guys will see it on video. She was actually pretty easy to get out. She likes being in the tub right now. I like her being in the tub. She's the only fish in there right now. And yeah, pretty stoked about that. Finally, and the tank just feels better without her in there. Now, granted, there's no light over it or anything like that. But is the power still going down on this thing, even though it's charging? But yeah, so we'll see how long this stream goes for with the power going off on my phone. But yeah, so I mean, it's nice having her out of the tank. The tank just seems better. I added 5 tangs to it. If you follow me on Instagram, I talked about this stuff already, but I added 5 tangs. I added 3 Scopus and 2 Hippos to the tank, which were from my tub. And everybody's doing really well. The lights, obviously, are not on there. The T5s are over there. I have to put the new bulbs in this afternoon. I'm going to put all the lighting back on, and I have like 25 frags coming from a buddy tomorrow, which are going to go into the tank. So we're going to start adding coral back to the tank tomorrow. Probably going to put all the frags I'm going to in the system again tomorrow, and just kind of start over and get as much of it on video as I can for you guys. But yeah, just finally looking forward this to be over. It's been a very long week. So, but have you ever had issues with the Kimura doser? I have one dosing calculator. Okay, so I used one for a little while. I don't have a ton of experience with it. It just wasn't able to dose the amount of effluent I needed for the setup. So I didn't use it very long before I sold it. I forgot who I sold that to. I think Mike Lemming. I don't remember. Something, maybe it was him. But yeah, so I changed that out. Let me pull this back up. Cool. But yeah, it's not too bad. I know this is not a very exciting video, but I figured I ain't got nothing to do until later this evening, so I figured hop on and bullshit a little bit. So this one's done. Set it to the side. And then again, guys, I'm going to go through and put these screws back in afterward, just because I don't have a special tool, which I need to go pick up after I get out of here, to make sure that they're tight. Like I'm able to screw them down, but it's not the star, whatever it is. So I need a little bit better. It's cool. We chilling. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not a lot going on, man. I'm not trying to entertain y'all too much. But you know, you can see my half naked ass on the floor here. But yeah, it's just been a long week, man. Just a ton of stuff going on. And then kind of reevaluating the business is not fun, because there's a lot of things I like doing that I can't do anymore, just because I'm finally to the point now I have to sacrifice certain things. And when the quality of the business starts really going down, because I'm only a one-man show here, I just have to make changes that I personally don't want to do. And I'll talk about all this stuff. I mean, I'm going to do a couple rambling videos and give you guys updated, of course, all the videos in this series this week. So, I mean, there's going to be quite a bit of content coming out over the next couple of weeks. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see this stuff before. But yeah, there's just a lot. There's a lot that I have to change with the business, just because, you know, that's how it is. It's been 5 years, and I've been very successful at this point, to the point where, I mean, you know, Big Bertha was a great fish, but she really made me reevaluate things. That's for sure. But yeah, actually, this one's not too bad. I do find that the lights that are closer to the return nozzles are definitely a lot dirtier, even though they're not getting sprayed. They just seem to be dirtier than the other ones. But anyways, maybe just extra moisture or something there. But yeah, so I just have to make changes to the business. And of course, 3D printing is definitely going to move forward and keep going with that. And then I just want my corals to be, I don't know, as much as I love being like the bulk seller and those great deals of all those packs and stuff, I kind of want to have a more of a personal relationship with the coral stuff, as in WYSIWYGs and having just better corals, you know, and more of them. So when I'm giving, like I said before, when I'm giving all that stuff away in the packs, don't get me wrong, I like doing the packs, but if somebody in California orders like the 300 pack, the $300 one, and it's 20 frags, and it takes $60 to ship it, and it's 20 frags for $240, you can see how the profitability on that point is not very good. So it's just kind of things that I've talked about. I've talked to my CPA about it. I talked to my friends. I talked to an attorney friend, and and even just some people here in the community. And I'm trying to, I didn't go to business school, so all this stuff you guys see is just me winging it, right? So, and thank God it's been successful up to this point. But change is good. And if you guys have noticed, gas prices lately, there's been a lot of changes, and we gotta adapt and do things differently. So that's all. And with the boys being here half the time now, going through all that stuff, and the boys finally being here, I have to do things a lot differently because I have to, make time for everybody and to be able to run the business and to do jiu-jitsu and all that kind of stuff. So, which, by the way, last night was pretty rough in jiu-jitsu. First time ever throwing up during training since the military. It was rough. But it was one of those, like, everybody's in the room sucking, right? Like, everybody's, like, having a, it sucks, but we're all having a good time because we're doing it together kind of thing. So I really like that aspect of it. And that was definitely something that I missed, being out of the military so long, is when you're with a bunch of guys and you guys are just going through shit together, you kind of just, that whole brotherhood stuff, it's just really nice. And I'm finally getting that back with jiu-jitsu and some of these more advanced classes. So I am, even though I was puking my brains out and in between rounds, I still really had a good time. And then I came home and for some reason woke up at 3 a.m. wanting to eat a sandwich, which I did. So it's kind of a weird craving. But and speaking of that, if you guys have been following me, I've been doing keto for a long time, like getting ready for fights and training and just trying to cut weight for that stuff. So I finally transitioned back to carbohydrates because I just wasn't getting the explosive power that I want during those matches. So I finally transitioned over to carbohydrates again a few days ago, and it was a world of a difference during last night's rounds. So it's just gotta be careful. But this one's actually not that bad at all. That'll be good for now. Man, I'm charging. Cool. Would I miss anything? Over here talking. Yes. Have you thought about expanding or hiring, kind of going pro for jack of all better? I want to hire, but my overhead right now is to the point. Like I mentioned before, over the last year I put myself in debt going through this custody stuff. Attorneys are, they're attorneys, man. They're expensive. So I basically took the whole moving fund for the house and upgrades and printers and all that stuff, and I basically just used it all to get through this process. So right now to hire somebody, so I have a choice. I either do this myself and get out of debt quicker, or get ready for the new house quicker, or I hire somebody, potentially make more money, which isn't always a guarantee, but then have to pay a full-time salary, which then I take away from paying off my debts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see with the new changes how the business operates and how quickly I can get things turned around, and hopefully get some more printers going on here. And so with those changes, hopefully I can keep going without having this 3D frame. And we'll see how it goes. If I can do it, if I can manage it, then I won't hire somebody. But at the end of the day, if business is suffering because I don't have enough hands, then well, kind of have to, right? I use a compressor to blow all the shit out of my. Yeah, I mean I got some canned air here. I'm not fancy like that. I don't have a compressor. I don't have one, so yeah, not doing that today. Yeah, custody battles suck. My brother spent $300,000 to get his son from a drug addicted mother. Yeah, some big money, man. Yeah, I mean. Canned air works too. Yeah, canned air works. I'm using the brush here just to scrape it, clean it out a little bit better. But it does work. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I mean, it's not over yet either. But I mean, it's the majority, 90% of it's over. And I'm trying to move on. I'm just trying to live my life, man. I'm not interested in that stuff anymore. No, man. No. We all go live our own lives and be happy. I'm happy. So everyone else should just go figure it out too, right? So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I only wanted my kids. So I mean, like through all this, like getting going through all the crap and dealing with everything, that was my main goal. That's why I did everything to make sure I had them. So now that I do, time to just get everything back in order the way it was and keep things, life to just get back to a routine and, it's good. These aren't actually horribly dirty, which is surprising given how long they've been sitting above the tank. Let's see here, Candid, yeah. But other than that, what are you guys doing today? Maybe it's a Saturday. One of my friends went down to DC to look at the rally, the trucker rally. I don't know if anybody else is doing that. I mean, it's cool idea. I'm just not interested in being around a bunch of horns that long. That shit's irritating. I mean, I get the purpose is cool, but I don't want to listen to it. And I got other stuff to do, so. Yeah, so I'm not doing anything. I'm not damaging the fins or anything. I'm just kind of scraping out dark stuff here. Let's see here. The trucker rally is not being advertised for me. Of course it's not, man. Why would they do that? I mean, I'm sure it's all over social media. I mean, how else are people finding out about it? But to be honest with you guys, I haven't really watched any news. I find that and I mentioned this before, that I find that my life is much happier if I avoid the news. Not because of ignorance. There's a certain point in life where you just kind of like, there's nothing I can do to fix. I can't make somebody make a better decision or to take my opinion into consideration. Of course, voting and all that stuff is something I do, but yeah, I'm just not interested. I mean, I just don't want to get stressed out about things that I can't control, and all that nonsense on the news. Can't do anything about it. And you can send your thoughts and prayers to whoever you want. That doesn't change the outcome of what's going on. So this one's actually pretty good. But hope you guys got my point on that one. Yeah, there's always something going on, man. I'm not trying to get into that crap. We all have our own problems. I mean, I'm not trying to be like ignorant or anything, or just avoiding it, or pretending life is all hunky dory. I just know that we all have stressors in life, and I don't feel like adding to what I currently have when I can't do anything about it. As weird as that might sound. What's up, Travis? Where's Big Bertha? I thought I'd seen you 86. No, no, Big Bertha's in the tub. She's in the 150-gallon tub, chilling. She actually is doing pretty well in there. My kids like her in there because they go over, and since she lets you touch her, it's like a freaking petting zoo in here now. So I got to make sure they're always cleaning their hands. But they're always, she comes up and they're always petting the fish now. So Big Bertha is, I don't know. She's a great fish. So we'll see. If she's happy in the tub, I'll keep her in there. But obviously, if she's showing stress of being in the tub, I'll donate her to like the aquarium or something. But if she likes coming over and the kids get to pet her, and as weird as that might sound, I mean, I'm not in the rush of moving her anytime soon if she's happy. And she seems to be doing pretty well. She's eating. She's got great color. She's swimming around just fine. There's plenty of space in there. And she's doing pretty well, so. I'm not 86 in her. Yeah, I'll have to find somebody who wants her if it gets to the point where I need to. But right now, she's good where she's at, and she's happy. So, and she's eating like a horse, and she's swimming just fine, and cruising, and getting she's like a dog. So she likes like I said, she likes getting petted. So, yeah, so she's good. Let's see here, what I miss. Fish petting zoo, right? Yeah. They're like, Daddy, can I pet Bertha? I'm like, I don't care. Just wash your hands first. And then she comes up because she thinks you're going to feed her. And then if you don't, then she just kind of just goes up to the surface and she like looks at you. And because it's, it's a tub, she has to look at the top. She just turns her head now and goes to the side and looks at you, which is pretty cute. So, yeah, she's happy. And I'm happy she's out of my tank. And I'm really happy that I worked out a pretty sweet deal with a friend of mine. And we're going to be putting in some pretty nice corals into the 300. Nothing crazy, but we got a few high ends and just some stuff, nice variety. Now, of course, none of those are going to be for sale for quite a while. We'll see how the tank grows out. I plan on, my goal is to put a frag in the 300. Once it gets big enough just to take a piece off, I will then put that on a tile and grow that out. So I'll be growing essentially 2 colonies at one time, and then I'll be able to frag off of that tile while the 300 is growing. So that's kind of my plan. And then, you know, we'll do WYSIWYG from there and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to take a little while to rebuild the business and or rebuild the coral stuff just because of everything that's happened with it, with Big Bertha and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's good to at least have a plan, right? So we'll see what happens. Better off not watching movies. It's pretty depressing. Yeah. The world's full of depression, angry people, and selfish people, and you know, it's just a mess. Unfortunately. Let's see here. You rebuild it, I'll buy it. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a little while. I mean, the 300, it's gonna be nice to just be able to do like update videos and content videos on a tank that's not getting actively destroyed by a fish. This is pretty difficult to come in and be like, hey guys, here's a 2-year update. Oh yeah, it's less coral in it 2 years after I set it up because of blah 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 blah. So I'm just like, all right. So now that I don't have that problem, it's just gonna be nice. And I just chop it up to a lesson learned, right? So if you're gonna get a fish like a Blumingi tang, or you're going to get a tank that's capable of getting 2 feet long, make sure it's not capable of doing that in like 4 years. Like a hippo tank takes quite a while to get big, and you know, at least that type of fish takes quite a while to get that big. The Blumingi tang, for whatever reason, is just, I don't know, just grows super fast. She's got like 3-inch streamers on her right now. It's just crazy. Yeah, hey. All lessons learned, and these are all good lessons to learn now before I set up the 1000 and then have to deal with it then, right? Travis, the new 20-year pro, yeah, right? Oh, Jesus. Y'all trying to get me started on that nonsense, man. Yeah. Ugh. People. Listen, at the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody that hates you. Trust me, if you're out in the social media, that's just the way it is, man. It doesn't bother me once. I don't lose any sleep over that stuff, man. Because I'm over here paying my bills and living my life and doing what I need to do. So, I mean, if you're mad about that, then it's really your problem, isn't it? So, but yeah, just kind of. I'm actually thinking about. So I was mentioning before that I was going to do another tournament here. There are 2 or 3 more of them before the end of the year, and for Grappling Industries. I know there's some other ones out there, but Grappling Industries seems to be pretty cool for me at the moment. So I'm looking to do one in June and August, and then October, I believe, is the other one. So definitely looking forward to getting out there and competing again. I really do enjoy that stuff. Very stressful though, so I have mixed feelings about it. Like after the fact, it's fine, and working up to it is fine. The day of the fight is like really nerve-wracking. It could just be a confidence thing, maybe, I don't know. But either way, Travis, I caught vermilion snails. Yeah, vermilion snails suck, but if you quarantine for an appropriate amount of time and check your plugs and all that stuff, you can avoid them. Yeah, it's just rough. Especially a lot of people these days don't quarantine their coral, and it just, you know, 1 LPS comes in, right? You get 1 frog spawn, 1 hammer comes in, and you might clean it off and, you know, do all the stuff that I mentioned before, like what I did with the Lobo, and it would still just pop up. That's how I got them in the 300. I cleaned the Lobo off and put it in quarantine and still got it because I didn't notice it. It's just like, man, it sucks. So my fix for the 1000 is not to put any LPS in there, and if I do, quarantine them for like 6 months. So it's just, you know, again, we chop it up to lessons learned. They don't bother me. They don't bother my coral. I don't have any issues with growth or anything from them. So they're not like, I mean, other than being an eyesore every once in a while, they're not a problem for me. But some people will have different experiences. I feel like 2 of these bulbs are burnt out. I'm going to have to check with that. I have to check that because they're black. I don't think they're supposed to be black. Nope. Well, this one's black too, so They're not supposed to be that way, so I'll have to check and see. But yeah, I have to check, and I have to send it back 3 of these lights to Ecotech. So let's see what they say. I'm not really sure what the warranty period is or anything like that, but I have 2 of them that are blinking, that are solid red, and then I have one that's blinking blue and red. So I have to look up and see what that is. So hold my live rock, heat it up in the tub, burn them to hell. Yeah, quarantining is the way to go when it comes to the remitted. I mean, again, you can quarantine all day, but sometimes that doesn't even matter, as I mentioned. Hope everything's still charging. It's turned off yet. Let's see here. Could be the UV diode burning lens. Yeah, I think it is the UV. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, let's drop that in there. Yeah, it's not done it on all of them. Like this one doesn't have it. So, but yeah, my bulbs should be here soon. They said they're out for delivery. Shout out to BRS for quick shipping, by the way. Appreciate that. And I don't live that far away, so it's like 2 days, which is pretty awesome. So shout out to them. So I ordered 4 Blue Plus. I have 4 Actinics in there now that are pretty decent. So I'm just gonna leave those. I'm gonna go through and clean all the reflectors on the T5 fixtures, and go ahead and just swap out the bulbs, put those fixtures back in over the tank, and then put all these lights, turn them on and make sure they work, of course, and then put them back in. So I have a question about one of my Lobos. It's slowly receding and nothing has changed. My nitrates were about 5, phosphates about 0.2, my alka's 8.6 to 9. I did an iodine dip today. Any other suggestions? Well, if everything seems to be fine with that, then I would consider maybe doing an ICP test, because there might be something in the water that you are not testing for that might be the issue. Also, if you have any changes in flow or unknown spikes, or you started dosing something recently, or maybe you have a rogue hermit crab or something that's picking on it, like some tangs can pick at Lobos. I know that they try to pick at it in here, but maybe check at night to see what might be bothering a Lobo. You never know, you might have some rogue tang going around, or a rogue snail, or a hermit crab, sorry, just going around being a dick and picking at the flesh. Possible. So I would say check at night, see what's going on. Don't make any changes to the tank. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only 5 in, man. Jeez. And then go from there. I don't think you need to go too crazy. Or you can do an ICP test, which might not be bad if you're not doing them already, just to kind of see what might be in the water. Bumblebee snails are good for verminous eradication. Yeah, they work to a certain extent. They're also super expensive, and I've tried them before. They didn't do anything for me. And to be honest with you, I don't really. If you cut back like your broadcast feeding, verminous snails don't really become a problem. But if you're broadcast feeding like crazy, then they're putting out their sweepers to get that stuff up. This one is very clean on the inside. Damn, nice. But yeah, vermintid can be a pain, but they've never been an issue for me. Never had any problems. Again, besides them looking bad every once in a while. Now that you say that, I think it's a cleaner shrimp. He constantly takes food out the Lobo's mouth. Yeah, there you go. Oh, then he's probably starving Lobo too. So, but yeah, he's probably picking on him, man. Possible, very possible. Best thing to do is just keep an eye on it, and then again at night. At night is when all the critters come out. It's just how it is, man. So, that's checking then. Yeah, Trev, you need a sparring partner on the way. Keep my pimp hands strong, baby. Picking at you. I hope you're doing well after work stuff. Yeah. I've built some pretty good relationships through the jiu-jitsu stuff. I'm actually going to the gym with one of the guys tomorrow after church. So yeah, I have a few guys that I primarily train with, but of course there's a whole bunch of us in there. But yeah, you have your cliques, I would say, maybe, or just the guys you're used to training with all the time. And yeah, trust me, it's a journey full of humble pie. I'll tell you that right now. Like everybody thinks they're tough, and so you get your ass handed to you. And listen, I'm totally comfortable with admitting that. Like, listen, I get my butt handed to me all the time, and it doesn't bother me at all. I would say maybe in the beginning it kind of caught me off guard because everybody comes in with a big head, right? Everybody comes in like, yeah, man, I'm super tough. Until the guy that weighs 60 pounds less than you comes over and puts you to sleep. So you're like, oh, okay, maybe not. Point is that jiu-jitsu is not only like the best cardio I've ever had in my life, besides like Afghanistan against my will kind of cardio, but besides that, it's an amazing workout. You got some really good friends. You're learning some pretty good skills, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change for anything. Plus, it really allows you to really find yourself, and that's kind of the journey I'm on now. Is just trying to figure out, not just that aspect, but just like I said, it's a mouthful of a humble pie, pretty often. And when you get humbled like that, when you get put down, like, and you just you tap or you're done, man. So like when you experience things like that, it really puts life into perspective. Like, most of these guys are walking around that think they can box but never boxed in their whole lives, or think they can fight but never did, and then you go against somebody who's been training for 6 years and he doesn't look like much, but then he just destroys you in like 30 seconds. You're like, okay, there's something missing here. I think I'm something that I'm not. So again, it's a huge growing experience, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And like I said before, I've got my ass handed to me so many times. As a matter of fact, I got my ass handed to me today, and I'm making this video now before my throat closes up. But yeah, it's and it's just great. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, it truly is. So let's see what we got here. Thinking. What you gotta drive? Awesome live feed today. Watching Gotta Drive. Cool. Hey man. Well, I'll see you around. Appreciate you being here, Jerome. Think about starting jiu-jitsu. Finally, quit drinking and need something to do with all the newfound energy. Yeah. I have one of the guys I hang out with quite a bit. Rob. He doesn't drink anymore. He doesn't smoke anymore. He stopped actually doing energy drinks because it was messing with him during training. So I'd say. Jiu-jitsu is a great place to start, man. Definitely. And like I mentioned before, it's not just about rolling and all that kind of stuff. It really it teaches you a lot about yourself. Oh, that's supposed to come off, but it really does teach you kind of the real world, if that's the thing. Because everybody lives in a fantasy world. I mean, everybody's tough online. Everybody says what they think they need to say, because they're, you have a screen in between you, or you have a YouTube channel or something, and you talk a lot of smack, but when you walk into on the mat and it's just you and that dude, and your ego doesn't serve you very well. And listen, I'm not perfect. I still got an ego. I still definitely do. Hell yeah, but it's definitely been put in check many times, and I'm thankful for that, because it opens up reality for the rest of the world, like your world, if that makes sense. Allows you to see things differently, and it not only allows you to see things differently and see people differently and situations differently, but it allows you to have a little bit more respect for just people in general, because you don't even know. Like, some of these guys that we roll with are just dudes off the street. I mean, of course, there's a lot of cops and firefighters and military, like the usual crowd and those types of sports. But there's there's a guy who's got 4 kids. I'm that dude too. But there's a guy who's got like 4 or 5 kids. His wife comes and trains every once in a while, and he just destroys you. And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and make dinner afterward. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, trying to breathe. But the point is that it's great, man. So I would say, if you are remotely interested in any way, shape, or form, go do it. Worst case scenario, you go in and you don't like it. Now, I would say don't quit because you don't quote unquote like getting your ass handed to you, or you don't like rolling, or you don't like this or certain aspects. Look at the bigger picture before you make a final decision if you're going to give up. Yeah, so that's what I would say. I mean, I'm no I'm no expert and I'm no professional, but knowledge has been passed down. So I'm in the hobby for about 2 years now, so I'm still a noob at it. I'm moving soon and dreading the move. The tank legit got no idea how to start on it. It's only a nano though, 90 liters. I don't know. I don't see the problem with being in the United States and not really knowing the conversion off the top of my head. So if anybody wants to tell me what that is in gallons, because I'm an idiot. Yeah. So listen, when it comes to moving tanks, your best bet is to try to do it. I don't know how far away you're moving. I'm assuming hopefully it's close. But if you're moving close by, I recommend you set up a temporary tank. If you can, or just a temporary holding station that's stable, and 24 things. So, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, with the tank being that small, you can set up something and then just transfer everything over, or you can just use totes with a stable heater, a power head, and maybe a, here, Wiggles. I just took her cone off. And, a heater, power head, and maybe a bubbler, or air stone or something like that, just to have oxygen. But so a 24 gallon is not too bad. You can go ahead and do that real quick. Set it up. I would say make some extra water. And if you feel like you're going to have downtime, just make sure you have a stable environment for your coral to chill out. All right. Being that size, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that bad. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you're moving a 24 gallon or a 300 gallon, just logically, you would think the 300 would be harder, right? And it is. So just make sure you have stability and a backup plan. So say you get there, and you always think about the worst case. I mean, I hate to say, don't think about the worst case scenario. Try to plan for the worst case scenario. So say you're on your way there, right? And you break the damn tank. So what are you going to do? Well, you already have stable tubs, and you have heaters and power heads and all that kind of stuff. So you can sustain your coral and your fish in these tubs while you figure out your tank situation. So just make sure you have that. You don't want to show up and be like, oh, okay, well, I got 5-gallon buckets and no backup plan, and the temperature's dropping and all this kind of stuff. So just take that into consideration. How many we got done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess this is the 8. Yeah. I got more over there, but they're broken. So, and maybe they'll start working after I fix them. We shall see. This will be the last light, and then I'm going to let you guys go. But I can't think of anything. I just took her cone off. Come here, Wiggles. She's all freaking out now that she doesn't have this cone. She can actually see now and lick herself and stuff. I got her fixed, by the way, if anybody's kind of wondering why. But so now she doesn't become a garden tool of a cat and run away like Freya did. If you guys remember Freya, she's a pretty cool cat. I found her as a baby kitten, and then she got heat and decided to be the home development garden tool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to watch more YouTube videos. But yeah, so hopefully now that she's fixed, she will be normal. She's 8 months old, so it's about that time, right? Let's see here. I've got a Pro Model Gen 5. If you need another 15, wouldn't be much. We could probably swap a few frags. I'll be proud for my Radion hanging over there. Yeah, I mean, if something comes up, I'll let you know. I'm gonna reach out to Ecotech and see what they want to do about fixing the ones that are broken. I heard that their customer service is pretty good, so I'll reach out and see what they say. I know that I've dealt with them before. I just don't. It's been a long time, so, and I don't really know how the warranty stuff works out, given that they're pretty old now. But is it really 6:30 already? I don't know if this phone is right. It doesn't have service. But we're going to finish up this one, and then I'll probably head out. I have to go to Home Depot and find the screw for this, and my bulb should be here soon. Buy skis, I promise, coral growers, these skies, I think they said skis. I was like, huh? The skies, I haven't looked at them yet. I have to look. Like, I really like my lighting setup right now. The Radion T5 Hybrid has always been pretty good for me. I've just been very successful with that. I hate making changes on things that have been well. If you guys have been here since I set up the 300, I mean, that live stream video is at the 2-year mark almost on that tank, and I was actively cutting it at that time, and then it grew out even more before I started cutting it down because of Bertha. I mean, they grow life. They grow coral. I mean, Radions with T5s is a pretty good combination for me. The Kessels with alone are really good. And then I haven't done Kessel with T5 combo yet, but I'm sure it's good. I don't see why one Kessel alone grows very well. Speaking of that, shout out to Kessel. I had one of my AP9Xs just kind of take a dump on me, and they just sent me another one. So shout out to them for that. That was pretty easy customer service, but they're always taking care of me. So I'm not. Oh, man, this looks dirty as damn. But yeah, this one's definitely dirty. It's chunky. Yeah, it's like talk. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like being on the live stream is like talking to myself, and I do it quite often, so it's actually pretty natural for me. But yeah, this one's really dirty. That's crunchy. 5:30 down here in Texas. So yeah, that's probably right. 6:30. Leg is numb. Another thing about jiu-jitsu is the flexibility is pretty good too. I definitely got whatever was in this light in my mouth. Doesn't taste that good. I mean, it's not as bad as like ass to mouth or anything like that. I'm sure. I mean, I'm just assuming. I've never done that, but Freya, or you're not Freya. Whatever your name is. Wiggles. What are you doing? Freya 2. Come here. Come here. You don't ignore me. Come here. You're just gonna lay there? Just like a brother. But yeah, I got the Z out of storage last week. I took a trip up north and got caught in a blizzard with it. First time ever driving that thing in the snow, and wasn't that bad. I mean, there's no traction, obviously. I had to turn the traction control off just to be able to move because it's sliding so much. But the way that car is built, man, it really does well when you're fishtailing. I'll tell you that right now. So even though it kind of sucked to be driving in the snow, because I got caught off guard. When I left here, it was 50 degrees, and when I got to where I was going up north in New York, it was like 22 degrees in the blizzard. And I should have known where I was going. The name was like Mountain something. I probably should have known that there was going to be snow. But either way, it gets good gas mileage, so that's why I drove it. Because the truck gets nothing, pretty much. But yeah, so I drove the Z in the snow, and that was a long ride. But lived another day. What's the question here? How bad is zero nitrates for soft corals and LPS? Well, zero nitrates in general for a reef tank is not good. Because you're opening yourself up to dino, that kind of stuff. Also, corals, the zooxanthellae and the corals require nutrients to be able to have good coloration, to be able to grow, to be able to produce food. So you need to have those nutrients in your tank. So if you're not, yeah, this one's definitely got burnt out. So if you don't have them, you're just running yourself. The whole tank is suffering because of it. So yeah, you definitely don't want to have zero. And if you get zero phosphates on top of that, then you're gonna have this thing called dino, and then you're really gonna be pissed off. So I would say dose it. You can get it at FishOfHex.com. I think this one's good. It's good now. It's good now. Well, I appreciate you guys being here for this. I think I'm good for now. I'm going to head over to Home Depot and grab whatever tool screws into this damn thing. So I'm going to go get one of those and come back and put these lights back together. The T5 bulbs will be here any minute, and then I will put all of that stuff back in the tank, get the lights back on, and tomorrow I'll put coral in and be good to go. So I think we're good. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Appreciate you being here. There's definitely something in that tastes very bad. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later with another video. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section, and I'll get to you, alright? Later.